Out of 2, 1. Welcome to the Red. And I will be GMing this. I haven't done anything related to Open Legends before, except for the lovely Granny Nerd, are also quite new to Open Legends. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, if you're the type of person who likes it gets
change the channel now.
He's honest. It's called establishing expectations. I'm not gonna go welcome. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna jump right in. I can be patient enough with myself to do this. Let's get started. I have my script right down here. It all started in the Cowpoke Saloon. So we are back here in this tavern, this setting, looking around at these 5 funny faces sitting at the bar. A short, red-haired girl, Mark. Mark, why don't you describe physically what can be observed about your character and what some strangers might know about you after a week of traveling with you? So.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see here. Am I supposed to be doing this in a character voice? Because I don't think I can at this point. I'm laughing too hard.
No,
oh my god. Guys, ahead of time to everybody. Moxie's voice is going to get worked out as we go. So, let's just see. We'll do it this way. It's going to be bad. So, hi y'all. My name is Moxie. I'm about 5'0". Probably could blow me away on a windy day if you really wanted to. I got short red hair, and you better believe I got a temper to match. My parents are inventors and mechanics and merchants. They do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I'm a bit of a gearhead, but that's a compliment as far as I'm concerned. I wear a pair of old welder's goggles on my head. Eve, I ain't afraid to kneecap you, and I have no idea what else to say about her.
No, that's pretty good. Moxie really was straight up with folk. Didn't take long to get to know how she acted. Hunter, why don't you go on to Mark Slide? Describe yourself.
Okay. Hunter is tall, skin is blotchy, and gives away the mutant heritage. Hunter is not only her name, but the assigned role within her clan, reflecting on her skills. There's something a bit off and too long for her structure. Her fingers seem a bit too long and flexible. There's a bit of an otherworldly quality. Her eyes do not match, and she is clearly uncomfortable in the presence of everyone. She traveled with her brother. Now, if you look behind her legs, you'll see a small 6-month wolf cub peeking out from behind. Clearly not a pet, but a wild animal.
On to, we'll go to the third person in the room. A big, quite a large, intimidating man. Very striking presence. Montana Slim, why don't you go on ahead to describe yourself?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Terrastal Wrestling Federation proudly brings to you your heavyweight champion of the big country, Montana Slim, weighing in at 240 pounds, standing 5'10" tall.
Quite well known around certain regions of the wastelands, if I do say so myself. And further down the bar, sounding like he's having a conversation with himself, is a funny-looking man. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Radlands is a former combat medic. He nearly got blown up, so he tries to stay out of combat now, but he can still patch folks together. If he shoots something off, he can usually reattach it pretty well, most of the time. He generally tries to stay out of the way, stay out of trouble, or he's trying to be a better person because he didn't used to be.
Man with a troubled past, now looking answers for his future. And finally, off on the wall, is a very eccentric looking man. Mole, why don't you go on ahead, describe yourself?
The mole is a short, strange, more like man. You think he's a man? He's rather hunchbacked and dirty. He's wearing goggles to help him magnify minerals in the dirt.
Because I just remembered that's a thing. Mole, please take your legend point. That was quite good. I don't know where you put it, like up your... No, just put it somewhere their own. And, that's when it happened. It all started real simple. Someone at the bar found an old pre-war camera. You know, it's a fine piece of tech. And they said, hey, everyone, gather together. We're gonna have us a nice picture to show you how this thing works. And, you know, y'all had maybe a little to drink, or at least were feeling a bit more comfortable amongst company. So, y'all decided to get next to these odd-looking strangers and pose together for a photo. And, soon as y'all getting ready, that's when it happened. That's when the owl flew in front of you. There was a loud noise. No one really knows or saw what happened, but they looked down, and the owl was dead. And who was that across the bar? Him. Well, David Knockwood, now with a very more cheery music, still slid down his aviator glasses at the side of his dead owl. And just in shock, he was looking at y'all. And he said, fucking Christ! They killed me, owl! And then that's when all of y'all saw his large troop of desert rangers pull out their assault rifles and point them in your direction. And continuing, he looked at you and said, waste these fuckers!
Of course, Davey has the team of assault warriors.
David Knockwood, the notorious leader of the West Side bandit and mercenary group called the Breakers.
Davey makes a return.
That's right. You killed his owl. He wants y'all dead.
Poor
Honestly,
Big B.
the details don't matter much to him at this point. Anyways, hold on. As the week went by,
No, not Thunderjack!
there was 7 up camp. Well, as he laid there, dying in your arms, he handed you a gold star pin and left you with these final words. Go out west, to the Radlands. It's too dangerous out there for the breakers to follow. But there's a hidden city, Prosper Town. Find it. Lay low there. And when you see Sheila, give her this pin. Tell her Danny said she was right. And as he died, you headed on.